The search for peace in the Middle East has never seen anything quite like this. The Israeli President Shimon Peres arriving at the Vatican, the Pope's guest. Soon followed by the Palestinian leader, Mahmoud Abbas. The two men had been invited to pray for peace. Together they set out for the location of the ceremony, a quiet corner of the Vatican gardens. Pope Francis said he wouldn't attempt to mediate between his visitors. This wasn't supposed to be a time to talk politics. This was a time to pray, Jews, Muslims and Christians, before the God they share. The hope was that far from the tensions of the Middle East, in the calm of this place, the mood between the two sides might just change, perhaps opening the path to peace. But the Pope warned his guests how much would be demanded of them.
Peacemaking calls for courage, much more so than warfare. It calls for the courage to say yes to meeting and no to conflict, yes to dialogue and no to violence, yes to negotiations and no to hostilities.
Mr. Peres responded first.
I experienced war. I tasted peace. Never will I forget the bereaved families, parents and children who paid the cost of war. And all my life I shall never stop to act for peace, for the generations to come.
Then President Abbas talked of the need to end the suffering of all the peoples of the region.
God, answer my prayers for peace and justice in my homeland Palestine, the Middle East and the rest of the world.
In the last of the light they planted an olive tree, a symbol of peace. But many of those most familiar with the harsh realities of the Israeli-Palestinian dispute will have watched all this with considerable skepticism. Prayers for peace in the Holy Land have been said many times before, but they have gone unanswered. Alan Johnston, BBC News at the Vatican.